What it, what it do? It's your boy ELOOO. We back in the building with another episode. I told y'all we was getting more consistent with the situation, so we in the building once again. We were just here on Father's Day with the family. We back at it again today. We got some good topics, man. So much that happened in sports in the last couple of days. So much that happened in life in the last couple of days. It's just great to be back on with y'all, man. Shout out to all the coffee sippers. Shout out to everybody that showed love, especially from that last episode when my kids came on with me and interviewed me. Actually, that was very peaceful for me. That was a great Father's Day gift. Um, Shout out to my wife making things happen. The kids coming through actually having some great questions for me, man. If y'all haven't seen that episode, make sure y'all wind back and go check that out. Shout out to all the feedback that we received for it. And once again, I'm gonna say this again. Shout out to everybody who showed me love on my B-Day. That was June 20th. That was Saturday, the day before Father's Day. So we had an impactful weekend. We had Juneteenth on Friday. We had my birthday on Saturday, and then we rolled right into Father's Day, man. So I couldn't be more relaxed right now, to be honest with you. Uh, Hell, yesterday I went to the doctor, did a checkup with my wife. You know what I'm saying? We be doing doctor dates, make sure that we stay up on our health together, man. Um, and to my young people out there, my young couples, my young people, people that's just operating and living right now, um, stay in that doctor, man, because we never know what changes, how it changes. We know that the environment we live in is induced with a lot of what you call it, chemical based things like foods and toxins in the air, all that kind of stuff. In which that brings me to what we always do when we start the podcast. That brings me to the Kingdom Hair Products. Kingdom Hair Products is all natural. Kingdom Hair Products is based and induced with everything that you need to push your hair follicles to the next level to continue to produce healthy, hydrated hair. You can find us at Kingdom. You already know kingdomhaircare.etsy.com. Um, I'm your boy Earl D. At the company, but on the podcast, y'all call me no other than King ELOOO. You know what I'm saying? But at the hair company, I'm Earl D, man. My wife is Nisha D. And we in the building with it everywhere y'all see us, man. So we got the products on deck at the barbershop. That's Legit Cuts Barbershop. We got the products on deck. Wherever you see us, just let us know that you need it and we'll get it to you. All right. Great introduction. But let's talk about the talk about. I've been telling y'all there's something going on down here in South Florida that can't be explained. Hold on. Before we keep moving, got to shout the wifey out again with the new. Whew, look at that. Hold on. You got to get them little dots and everything that's up on that cup. That mug is a mother loving fire. And mother loving fire. You heard me? Let me see some of this coffee real quick. Oh, it's good and hot, good and fresh. Got a nice little sweetness to it. You heard me? Y'all in the building with your boy ELOOO. Let's get it rocking, man. Hey, man, so check it out, man. I've been telling y'all there's something special going down there in Dade County. I wasn't just talking about them hurricanes. I'm talking about all the way around, man. And Pet Rally and Mario Cristobal and the GM, the new GM for the Dolphins and the GM from the Panthers. Only person we ain't added in there yet is the god doggone Marlins. As of right now, all the Miami teams is loaded with star power. Hold on, don't forget. In soccer, we got Messi down here in South Florida. We got Messi down here, one of the best soccer players to ever play. So when we talk about star power on the beach, when we talk about star power on the beach, man, I'm going to just talk about this big anonymous trade that just happened, man. We just got and landed one of the best NBA players in the last generation, bro. Giannis. I'm not even going to attempt to say his last name. I know he's been in the league for a while. I know that y'all say, "Oh, you should know how to say his name." I'm going to say it, Giannis. See, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right. It could be Giannis. It could be Giannis. I'm gonna learn this here by the start of the season. Why? My boy will be rocking that Miami Heat jersey this year. Hold on. Y'all ain't heard what I said. I say, my boy will be rocking the Miami Heat jersey this year. Get that. Come on. Clap it up. Motherfucker. Clap it up. Go. Hey, like I say, man. Hey, when you get stuff like this happening, you got to celebrate it, bro. Especially if you're a true fan. I am a true Florida boy, bro. All my teams is in Florida. They ask me why I'm not a Dolphin fan. I root for the Dolphins. I root for Jacksonville Jaguars. They're Florida teams. I root for all the Florida teams, bro. But a diehard fan, I became a Tampa Bay fan when I was young. I became a Miami Hurricane fan when I was young. Not even understanding the aspects of this stuff. It was the dynamics of their logos. It was the dynamics of the people that they had on their teams. It was just the dynamics of understanding these people are close. When I was young, my uncle lived in Opelika. My grandma's brother, my uncle Jen, he lived in Opelika. We used to go down there during the summertime, check on. I had a cousin used to go and stay with him every summer, and so we would go down there, check on her, check on him, check on his wife, and all that good stuff. So we would always ride by the Dolphin Stadium since I was a kid down there in Opelika. And we would drive from Fort Pierce to Opelika. And that trip always just sounded, you mean tell me they right here? That's what I used to say, they right here? And then lo and behold, I hit about 10, 11, and one of our prominent coaches in our community took me to a Miami Hurricane game at the stadium, at the best stadium to ever be created, the Orange Bowl. Well, so I went to the Orange Bowl and I had that experience, and it made me a true Miami Hurricane fan. The reason why I'm not a Dolphin fan is because of my late grandmother. My grandma May, rest in peace to her. May she continue to rest in peace. Grandma May was a big sports fan. Grandma May never ever, she was a Dolphins fan, but I've never heard her say nothing good about the Dolphins except for when Ricky Williams was there. She liked it, Ricky. Run, Ricky, run! Run, Ricky! You know what I'm saying? So I never had a reason to be a Dolphin fan. But lo and behold, now Tampa Bay was on the other side of the coast, going freaking crazy with the University of Miami players. They had Derrick Brooks at linebacker. They had Warren Sapp in the middle. They had McFarland in the middle. Man, come on, bro. We had Rondé Barber in the backfield. We had John Lynch, the hardest hitting white boy to do it. You feel me? The hardest hitting white boy to do it. Over top, getting interceptions, all of that good stuff, man. Get right. Tampa Bay was we had that boy in the backfield, bro. Yeah. Man, yeah. Y'all already know how it go, man. Tampa Bay has been Tampa Bay for a long time. And we back at it, bro. We back at it, you know what I'm saying? We won championships with quarterbacks they didn't even consider an NFL style quarterback, bro. Let me set this down. I'm working off a new mic right now, so y'all work with me. I'm setting the mic down because I know how I get. I get it all excited, getting with my hands and stuff, and the thing will be gone. So top tier stars has always came through Dade County. Top tier stars has always been on teams here in Florida. So to think about what Pat Riley just landed again, man, when I was growing up, I remember being in the Boys and Girls Club, and we went down to Miami, and they took us to this gym, basketball gym. And at the time, the Miami Heat was a newest team, man. This is back in the early 2000s. You got to understand the Heat. Let's do the homework on that. When was the Miami Heat created, bro? Like, I just feel like they was like a bottom tier team when we went down there as a kid. I'm hold on, I'm doing my homework while I'm live with y'all. When was the Miami Heat started? Okay, found it. We'll do that. Bingo, 87. The Miami Heat the same age as me, bro. The Miami Heat is the same age as me. So in the early 2000s, they was still a newer squad, basically. They was what, 11 years in, 10 years in, 99. Yeah, they was 87. I was born in 88. Yes, we was growing together. So therefore, I remember being a young kid going down there, meeting a young Tim Hardaway. And here's the craziest thing about that whole situation with the Tim Hardaway situation. I remember walking in that gym with the Boys and Girls Club. Me, I always been a little, I like to say, mischievous kid. So you know me, I walk in, I'm sizing people up, looking around and all that there. And it was just one little kid just sitting over crying. I'll never forget it. The kid was just crying. I'm like, what the heck wrong with this jit, man? You know what I'm saying? So it was like some what I call titty baby stuff going on. Come to find out, that was Tim Hardaway Jr. That was Tim Hardaway Jr., which I believe we the same ages. He might be a year or two younger than me. But Tim Hardaway Jr. was just over there crying, aggravating his daddy. His daddy trying to talk to us. His daddy showing us he's shooting 3-pointers, all that good stuff for the Boys and Girls Club. And this man over here showing his rump on that spoiled baby stuff. But shout out to him because my man has been having a successful NBA career. He's actually a problem out there, like his daddy was. So, hey, shout out to little Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway. I remember meeting y'all when I was young, and these the things that made me a Heat fan, a Kane fan, Tampa Bay Buck fan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like those things, being a child in Florida, being able to travel Florida with these different groups and organizations and things, and we ended up in these spots and meeting these stars. You really have no choice but to become a fan when you actually enjoy sports to another level. Like I actually met this guy. I actually met that guy. I actually went to a University of Miami game and met Andre Johnson, got his autograph, all of that stuff. Actually took pictures with all of the cheerleaders, each color-coded cheerleading group that they had at the Hurricane games. I took a picture with all of them. Yeah, true fan. Went down there. I got one more thing about the Miami Hurricanes. I always tell y'all about my incarceration days. Well, one of the few times that Miami did one of the biggest comebacks on Florida State and came back. Florida State was basically a highly favored team to win that game. I was the only person in my dormitory that was betting and rooting for the Miami Hurricanes. Everybody else was betting for Florida State. And my young dumb rump decided to bet everybody in there. They jumped out on us in the first quarter, and I was in nervous because I knew couldn't pay them debts that was on that table, bro. I was just so emotionally involved into this game because I liked it them, and everybody in here was going against me, and I got to show y'all I'm the one. I betted everybody. Lo and behold, the Hurricanes made one of the most miraculous comebacks, and in that series, that there's not been too many point swings the way that game swung that year. That had to be 08, 09 or somewhere up in there. So y'all do the homework and look up at it, like 2010 or somewhere up in there. No, it's 09. It's 09. It's definitely 09. It's 09 when that happened. And yeah, I ended up winning and beating everybody in the dorm. Yeah, being a fan at that point is like next tier, bro. Like I'm the only one standing in this motherfucker and we won. Yeah. So this type of movement that Pat Riley just did takes this to another aspect. We're talking about gaining fans, making them true Miami Hurricanes. See, I know y'all was wondering why I was just rambling on like that. No, I'm bringing you to a point right now. I'm trying to tell you what Pat Riley just did. We're about to sweep the 50 states of fans for the Heat. You gotta understand who Giannis is. Giannis went to Milwaukee first and made a name for himself. Not just a name, he became a household name. Kids wanted to be the Greek freak. Kids want to be the Greek freak. This man has his wife. This man got his kids with him. This man done got both of his brothers deals on the Milwaukee Bucks that they just waived. And no, we don't want them in Miami. I love the family dynamics. I'm a family man. But we're trying to win championships. The last time we got a number 34 from Milwaukee, he not only won a championship, he actually made a run for multiple championships, and he actually was one of the best shooters in history of the NBA. Who are we talking about? Jesus Shuttleworth, Ray Allen, Ray motherfucker Allen. Heard me? The last time the Miami Heat received a player that wore number 34 from Milwaukee Bucks, it was Ray Allen. Now we got Giannis stepping into those same type of dynamics. Ray Allen was a legendary shooter. Ray Allen was a hell of a basketball player. That boy can guard you too. But we're talking about Giannis here. Giannis is like 6'6", 6'7". The man can go inside. He can go outside. He can play defense. He can do it all. You add that. And I've seen the post. I've seen the critics saying that, oh, we gave up too much. No. The number one person we gave up in that trade that I was like, was Kel Ware. Kel Ware has the most upside. Kel Ware was the closest thing that we had to a young Whiteside. You remember Whiteside that played for the Heat? Big shoulders, big guy, played hella defense. Yes. The closest thing we've had to a young Whiteside, because Whiteside didn't remember, his stuff didn't continue to expand. I think he went and disappeared. So the closest thing we had to a young Whiteside was Kel Ware. And Kel Ware and my boy Bam, with you add in Bobby Portis, bro, the defensive dynamics on this team is crazy. I've been seeing these little, and I must say, I really don't like this time of year with the hypotheticals, even with college football, even with high school football, little league football. Anything you talk about with sports at this time of year is hypothetical. They're putting all these questionnaires out. They're putting all these rankings out. Half of this stuff don't have nothing to do with nothing. You got teams being ranked after you got teams being ranked off of their presentation from the previous season. That's cool. We must know what they retain. We must know what they obtain. We must know what they got going on to keep going. So a team being ranked number one because they made it to a state run last year, made a state run last year, that's all cool and dandy. You got to prove that you that guy again when the season starts. Yeah, these off-season rankings, these off-season hypotheticals, they too much for me, man. I can't really jump into them. So I've been seeing them saying that, oh, we don't have the funds to keep what is his name? Norman Powell. Norman Powell. I like that young guy. I like the Mitchell guy, the point guard. I do feel like we need a star point guard. But you understand, in the Heat, we come out of teams where they had the Wade and Shaquille O'Neal. We had the team when we had, Braun, Bosh, and Wade. We're used to having a dynamic score ball handler. When you have Dwayne Wade on your squad for so long, the way he did, he ran the squad for so long. You're used to having a dynamic player as a ball handler. And like I told you, I grew up, I ran into Tim Hardaway, bro. Tim Hardaway, one of the best to do it. You can take it how you want to or say what you want to, but he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, we're used to dynamic ball handlers, bro. Jimmy Butler, even Jimmy Butler took us to the finals, bro. And they saying, oh, we ain't got enough bench. We ain't got enough role players around us. That's all we need is role players. That's all we got around him is role players. And that's all we need around him. Same thing we did with Jimmy B. They forgot we went to the finals with Kendrick Nunn at point guard. You tell me where Kendrick Nunn is today. Kendrick Dunn. You tell me where he is today. We went when Kendrick Dunn and Jimmy as the guards. So again, Whiteside was in that mix. Bam came in early. That was Bam's early years. Like, you're talking about giving a player Giannis with his attributes, his demeanor, his star power, his ability to just take over the game. You giving that to one of the best coaches and best owners you've ever seen in NBA history. Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, two of the best to ever do it, bro. Half of the times that those two have won, you didn't even expect them to win. We didn't even have, like, last season wasn't a bad season. Tyler Hero's not. I'm not gonna knock Tyler Hero. I like Tyler Hero. But I think Tyler Hero is an option, as in what happened with Duncan Robinson. If you're a Heat fan, you catching on with what I'm saying 100%, okay? Leave your comments, say what you got to say. We can continue to chop it up about it. Heck, I'm going to do some live segments with y'all too. But Duncan Robinson, we paid Duncan Robinson stupid money. And I call it stupid because whoever gave him that much money was stupid, period. We gave him stupid money, had him as a number one option on our team. Duncan Robinson is actually having a better time, a better career at the Detroit Pistons right now than he had at Miami. Why? Detroit has him doing what he should be doing, coming off the bench. And if he's hot, we'll leave him in. If he's not, he's going to come sit with me. That's coaching. So that's what I see for Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is a great player. Tyler Hero is a good player that could be a definite role player amongst a star on your team. But if Tyler Hero is the star on your team, there's only so far you can go. Tyler Hero, do you know how many games Tyler Hero missed this year alone? I'm not knocking you. Injuries happen, bro. But what I'm saying is, as a star, as the star role player, the number one guy that we're looking for to put points on the board, the number one guy who we're looking to lead in assists, the number one guy that we need to be having doubles and points in an assist. He's not. He'll get you 15 to 20 points every other situation. So us adding a guy like Giannis, once again, you don't need to go and buy the top point guard on the market. You don't need to go and get the top shooting guard on the market. And we definitely don't need multiple more centers. We need some height. Hold on. We need a shooter. What did Pat Riley do last night? I know y'all don't watch the NBA draft, so let me tell you. Pat Riley went to Louisville, scouted this kid who destroyed college basketball this year in the last 2 years and shooting threes. From a couple of reports, from a couple of headlines, the kid that we picked up from Louisville last night was the best three-point shooter in collegiate sports last year for the last 2 years. He's been the best three-point shooter in collegiate sports for the last 2 years, and we just paired him with Giannis in that defensive team that we got built up over there already. The kid from Louisville, if everything play out right, and I'm talking, and what I'm saying is factual facts to y'all, that kid has a chance to be up for Rookie of the Year playing alongside a team like what he just joined. The best three-point shooter in collegiate sports for the last 2 seasons has just been drafted by the Miami Heat and added to a roster in which we just juiced it up with a player like Giannis. Yes, Dade County, South Florida sports is at a highest point that you could be at right now. I'm talking about all the way down to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm talking about all the way down to the Miami Ravens. Them mother lovers is loaded. You heard me? But before I coat tag another county, another city, you know we all South Florida, so I got to put the 772 on a bit every time because what the Spartans is doing. Shout out to that boy Willie Titus. We're going to see this year. I see y'all got a couple national ranked games lined up. We're going to see if the 772 can make their pinpoint on the motherfucking schedule. You heard me? Yes, sir. Hey, while we talking about these different counties, let me mention Westwood. You heard me? Yeah, I know. Y'all love to talk down on us. I seen the little rankings that y'all got going on, last place. I love that. I don't even want you to move us a second more. You know why? Because the best thing to do is to be the underdog. I love when you underestimate me. And I show up and leave with my whole thigh deep down inside the backside of your back, boy. Yes, sir. I done stuck the whole foot down in there. You got me sideways, bro. You know we showing up to show out, man, every single time. Last year they did the same thing to us. We showed up and showed out again, made it to the semifinals of the FIT playoffs, man. Come on, man. But yeah, you know how I get about this stuff, man. I get very emotional with it because I'm out here with it. We out here every day doing this stuff, man. We working these kids growing, getting stronger, getting faster, all of that stuff. They starting to learn more about football and why we do what we do and how we do it. And once that happens, the stuff that I've been telling y'all on this show starts to accumulate to a different level. Yeah. So while I'm at it and pulling coattails, continue to speak on us over here in the 772 that's doing our work like we supposed to, all the way down to the little leagues. Same way they're doing the Dade County. I think it's just a Florida thing, man. We on the rise right now. So Pat Riley, let me tell you, man, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. I thought that he had them fell off. Y'all had me nervous and scared and stuff. I ain't been able to talk about my boys in a whole year. After the Jimmy trade last year, I was like, bro, who we gonna get to bring us back? We done had talks about this Giannis trade, but I thought it was so far-fetched that it couldn't happen. But in the words of the great Young Jeezy, what do you say? We here now. That's old news. Got a couple Porsche trucks, couple old schools. I'll allow you, but push your tape backwards. Some are real, and I don't like rappers. Yes, sir, man. We're gonna kick it on to the next topic, man. It's been great talking about these sports again. Okay, you did sports. Now let's get to chopping it up the proper way, man. Hey, after watching the draft last night, and you see young guys like AJ and Boozer and all them guys getting drafted, them guys ain't been in college but what, 1 year, maybe 2. Same thing with the kid from Louisville, maybe 1 year, maybe 2. These kids are basically high schoolers. So I had to speak on Sip This Coffee for the simple fact, the standard of grooming. Do you understand that? We ain't talking about grooming on some pedophile type stuff, because there's some weird cats out here that be on that type of time. And we the type of cats that find them get all off in their chin with it. But check it out though. We talk about grooming athletes to be prepared for the bigger stage quicker. Like, how do you take a kid like a Malachi Tony straight out of high school, put him on a national stage, actually take him to the national championship, put him on a podium to do interviews, and this kid compose himself and expose himself properly on that microphone with the words and the demeanor and the calmness that you need to answer these questions for these people who's looking for headlines, who's looking for clickbait, who's looking for you to say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Let's go back to the NFL draft when we had that wide receiver. What my man name is, Lemon, Makai Lemon from USC. He on the thing, he all like he high, like he mad, you know what I'm saying? Like he literally looked like he was off that thing, and he done popped a couple of them triple stacks on that blue dolphin, and he was on that thing chirping. In the middle of an NFL interview, he looked like that though. Like as a person who used to be into a different world, brother, you look like you was off them bing bings, brother. That's not proper etiquette. That's not being groomed properly for that stage. And the fact that he was a senior football player, and we talking about a freshman in Malachi Tony who was properly prepared to be on that stage. What is? Come on, bro. Bring me back round to me. I said, are these kids being groomed properly? Now let's go back to what the last topic was on the show before we get Father Day edition. Integrity. Do you got your kids just floating around here? You hold on, boy. I almost feel like old TD takes up here or something right now because y'all playing games around here. Everybody talking NILs, everybody talking about big time money, big time scholarships. Oh, I'm D1, I'm ready for this, I'm ready for that. And I'm around this stuff right now, and I'm seeing ain't none of y'all ready. Ain't none of y'all prepared for none of this stuff, bro. The parents ain't even ready or prepared for this stuff. They ain't even did the proper homework. Only thing they keep searching is money. Is your kid prepared and groomed properly for the next stage? Do they know how to do interviews? Do they know how to accept questions? Do they know how to respond? Do they know how to analyze a question? If I ask you a question, you don't need to come off the top of your head so fast with an answer that's just trying to be good for social media clicks, because you can end up with the wrong social media clicks and fall in the draft, just like the guy I'm talking about from USC, Makai Lemon. He still ended up in a good situation now because there's 32 teams in the NFL. And to get a chance to play in the NFL is the chance to play in the NFL. So you still ended up in a good situation, but he didn't end up where he was supposed to go. He did not end up where he was supposed to go. He went groomed properly. You up here trying to look hard and all that stuff. Man, what's hard? What's tough? Hard and tough are attributes that are exhibited at the proper timing. So if you got somebody that's 24/7 trying to be hard and tough, that motherfucker is not hard and tough. When the shit gets hard, when the shit gets tough, that's when we find out who's hard and who's tough. Not a minute in between that, brother. You can take the most mild, meek-mannered person you ever seen in your life. If they got that dog in them. I don't need to show you I got that dog in me till I'm on the field. When I touch that field, I'm a different person. When I put that helmet on, that's that Spartan 300 shield. That's that Spartan 300 armor. Once I put my armor on, I'm in warrior mode. Not a moment before. Why? Since y'all want to worry about NILs and all that stuff, that's so much. Why? Because I get out here acting all erratic and all kind of crazy and stuff. Oh, that could cost me some money. Man, come on, man. Y'all not grooming these kids properly, man. Man, these kids out here talking about they're a D1 player. They don't even want to show up for workouts. These kids out here talking about they're a D1 player. They complain about what the coach said to them and did to them. Brother, let me tell you something. When you make it to a collegiate sport, I don't care if you go play for TCU, a Christian school. You can go to Notre Dame and play for a Catholic school. You can go and play for BYU and play for what it is, Mormon school. You can go to any of these schools that's deep into religion, you will get your ass cussed out on campus by the coach. I seen a post the other day, that thing said this right here. You got college recruiting coaches out here that will spend 2 seasons. If they got enough time up under their belt to scout you for 2 seasons, or if they just got 6 months to spend, they will offer you the world. They will offer you the world to get you on campus, just to remind you that I'm out here searching for another 10 players that's better than you. He done been to your mama house, your grandma house, your grandma done cook good collard green macaroni cheese, all kind of baked chicken and all kind of good stuff for him. You heard me? He done sat on your couch that you used to sleep on when you fell asleep late night playing a video game in the living room at your grandma house. He done came into your mama house, shook your daddy hand, shook your mama hand, your grandma, your uncle, and whoever else wanted to come meet him. He done did that. But that next season when you got on campus, and started all that titty baby whining and crying about the workouts being 5 o'clock in the morning, while we running stadium stairs, while we doing this, while we dragging the weights all the way across the beach sand, while we doing this, while we doing that. He gonna send your rump home because you ain't got that dog in your partner. Same coaches that sat in your people in them highs. Same coaches that did everything on the sun. Sent you letters, sent you emails, that got on your Twitter, got on your Instagram, your Facebook. Same coaches gonna get you on campus and gonna try to break your rump down to find out what you really got in you. The same coach could be the same coach that go to hating on you in 2 years because he got a new boy toy. Well, that new freshman that he just recruited from over there, from Tampa area, Ormwood. Oh, this jit fired and that jit that when I got him from high school, imagine what I could develop him into. He got him a new boy toy. Is that gonna stop you from grinding? Bro, you gotta prepare these kids for real life, bro. Hey, look, You looking to go to where you where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it at. These jokers chasing names. Well, I want to go to this school because that's a major name. Man, you better go somewhere where they want your name. You ain't got to worry about coach trying to push you aside in the next year. Come on, man. We out here, man. We out here kicking it, man. I love these conversations because, once again, I'm out here in the mix of all this here, and I see on these social medias, I see their names so shifty. D1, you know, they got these little acronyms at the end of each one of their little social media names and stuff. I'm not gonna knock them all the way because I'd rather them be doing that than calling themselves the shooters, Lil YN, this and that and that. Because the college definitely ain't messing with your young dumb rock, bro. You gotta understand, man. Hey, I can teach you how to do what I need you to do, then to make you unlearn everything you done already learned and have to teach you what I need you to learn again. So if I got me somebody that's green, wet up under the ears and all that there, come on, bro, out behind the ears and wet up under the nose, you feel me? I can mold him and teach him what I need to teach him. But if I bring your big head rump over here to my team and you got all these bad habits and bad thoughts in your mind, now I got to break all of that and get you up to speed to where I need you at. I'd rather get the person that's wet behind the ears and wet up under the nose. So if y'all ain't caught on to that and y'all ain't teaching y'all kids that, it is what it is, bro. Ask your son this. Take it how you want to. Ask your son this. Do you want the girl that's been around the whole city that learned 3-4 dudes, you know, likings? This how he like to do this. This how he like to do that. Or do your son want that girl that don't know none of that? He got to teach her and mold her and show her his way. I guarantee he gonna take the girl that he get to learn everything with. I get to do so. This your first time. This my first time. We get this experience together. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna take that one over Suzanne, who done been through the whole marching band. Y'all see how it go, man. We rock out, man. We rock all the way out, man. But what I was talking about was the grooming these kids and having them prepared for that next level, man. Stop these kids from this hypothetical talking. Stop these kids from all this social media stuff. Half of the kids that these kids follow on social media ain't got no guidance, ain't got no leadership in front of them. So they out here doing the most reckless, dumbest stuff in the world, bro. And then let me tell you another thing. So when we was growing up, we used to say, his daddy in the house, his daddy involved, he should be good. In today's time, man, we got to vet these dudes, man. You got to talk to these daddies, man, and see what type of timing they on. Because a lot of these dudes just done out. You know what I mean? They just not it. So you could have jits that's in the house with their mommy and daddy at this point, but they daddy on some full time. Daddy don't know nothing. Daddy is a weirdo. Daddy stuck in a time that don't even exist no more. Mother ever think it's 1995, 1999. He ain't studied nan new wave, nan new nothing. He don't know nothing about what's going on in the lay of today's time. But that's who they listening to. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer because we done rocked out real decent and I love it. Yeah, man. Like I say, man, the heat up, hurricanes up, the Dolphins might be all right. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get the Marlins in deck, man. The Marlins, I don't know what the heck the Marlins doing over there. You know what I'm saying? I know we had that New York boy came from the Yankees and came down here to own part of our team. I think that was the problem right there. We got to fire him, get him gone, and put some Florida boys in that front office, and we can make that thing get back jumping down there in Dade County for baseball too. We got Messi down there for the soccer. Like I said, man, we loaded in South Florida, bro. We loaded in Florida Pier all the way up to Jacksonville, man. We got T. Holland them up there, man. You know what I'm saying? Tampa Bay, we load, man. We got Ruben Bain over there, man. Yeah, get right. We got Keontae Scott over there, man. Yeah. We got Bucky Irvin over there. Baker Mayfield. Hey, Baker. Hey, okay. This is how I'm leaving out on this one. Hey, Baker Mayfield. Let me talk to you for a minute, Baker. Baker, check this out. We ain't paying you $100 million, bro. Man, the franchise tag that fool for one more year. See what he do with this squad, and we'll pick a quarterback up next year. Dan Minster to the Tampa Bay Bucks, man, from the U next year. You feel me? Because, Baker, I love you, bro. I love what you're doing. I love the turnaround. When you first came in the league, I hated on you, bro. Not just hated on you. You was making me correct. I said you wasn't good. You wasn't playing good. They had you in the wrong systems and stuff. I understand when you got to Tampa, you had Lim Cohen, the same dude that just went to Jacksonville and made Travis Lawrence look like he was an A1 quarterback. I understand that man drew stuff up beautiful for you, dog. But I understand this here. Since Lim Cohen left, you've been looking like that Baker that had me hot and talking trash. I need that Lim Cohen Baker back this year, Baker. So before we drop $100 million on you, bro, we got to get that Liam Cohen Baker back. That's what I needed to say to you today, Baker. Hey, it's been a good little ride. Y'all know how we get down on Sip This Coffee. We come on here, we kick what we kick. You know what I'm saying? I get it edited all up. Thanks to Riverside. Shout out to Riverside. That's the platform that I use to get all this good information to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, YouTube, checking out the shorts. Y'all that's commenting and subscribing. Hey, I'm working on myself to accept these comments the way that y'all come any kind of way. So I'm learning how not to respond to some of y'all in the comments, because some of y'all just need to vent and talk. And me, I read the comment and I've been responding to you in a whole nother light, just, being me. But I got to understand this internet world. Some of y'all just get on here and just talk. And I just got to let you talk. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to respond to everything. I'm learning myself. Same thing I'm telling y'all about them kids. So while I'm learning it in real time, I'm teaching these kids behind the scenes the same thing, man. We don't have to respond to everything, especially on this internet. On this internet, we should only respond to like 1% of the 100% we get off the internet. And that's what these young athletes need to be on. The same thing. You only need to really respond to 1% of what you see on social media, because most of the people on there are looking for clicks, clickbait. They are looking for highlights, headlines, and things of that sort. So, hey, don't make yourself become a headline unless you on the field and you doing a headline for what you do. Run that back real quick. Don't be out here searching for headlines and trying to be a part of a headline unless you on the field and that's what you do. Such and such went for 3 touchdowns, 200 yards. That's the type of headlines you want because you're a football player. All that extra stuff going on, baby mama drummers, wife drummer, girlfriend drummer, all that extra stuff going on, fighting at the clubs and all this other stuff here, that is not for an athlete, brother. You're not famous for being a part of a reality show. You're famous for what you do in your sports field. So why y'all want to be famous for all this extra stuff? I don't know. I know that they tell you, as long as they talking about you, that's good, but that's not good. Why? We talk about integrity. We talk about legacy. We talk about all of this stuff here, bro. And if you're really building a name up and you got you a little one coming in, you don't know if you'll have a son. He got to live up to those names and those headlines that you putting down right now. So let's be generational, man. Let's be stuff that most people don't even use the words to no more, because they only worry about right now. They only worry about the right now, and that's it. Man, peace and blessings out there to y'all, man. What we always say on Sip This Coffee, put a smile on your face so you can put a smile on somebody else's face, and we can make the world a better place. Hey, like I told y'all, hit the website, kingdomhaircare.etsy.com. We moving, we grooving, we doing what we do. We at the barbershop. Yeah, man, we at the football field. Y'all want to donate and sponsor the high school football team, Fort Pierce Westwood. Y'all hit the DMs, let me know what it do, and we can do this, man. So major love to y'all, and like we always say on Sip This Coffee, 1 finger, 2 finger, peace.